of the main reasons we like it is because the property taxes are lower than they are in Mississippi, than they are in Tennessee. That's one of the reasons we like it, is because the property taxes generally a little bit lower. Also because of the school systems and how they're set up with the districts that are laid out, the school systems are a lot stronger, literally just going from that side of the state line road down to this side. Memphis, the inner part of Memphis has been kind of notorious for the school systems. Most people do private schooling in Memphis. And so when you kind of jump across this border into Mississippi with the public school system being that much higher, there's a lot of people that are kind of coming down from Memphis and looking for new houses down here in Mississippi. So there's actually more new home construction that's occurring on the other side of the border in Mississippi than is actually occurring just on the other side of it in the normal part of the Memphis MSA. So because of that, there are some opportunities for us to jump into that new home type of model that's been working so well for us in places like Florida and North Carolina. It's still considered the Memphis MSA, where we have all those teams in place and we've had such success there. It's literally just right on the other side of the border. And so there is a new opportunity that we're just starting to look into now that we're very, very close to being able to actually start to market to our clients. That is new home construction in Memphis. In Memphis MSA, but actually in South Haven, Mississippi. These are kind of some pictures of what the elevations look like that we'll be talking about. Generally about 1,380 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, brick exterior construction. These kind of models will be kind of put throughout the neighborhood. We're able to get the pricing that we do, the discounted pricing that we do in a lot of these houses because our buyers the buyers aren't coming in and picking out floor colors and paint colors and exterior options and things like that. You know, the developers can sell to our clients because the process is so much faster than looking to do that in investments. The property manager that we use in Memphis is getting relicensed to be able to operate in Mississippi as well as the brokerage company we work with as well. So we're finding there's going to be a lot of synergies between our normal team in Memphis as they just kind of move down a little bit to handle this new construction in Mississippi. In terms of how the returns look, the average purchase price of these homes is generally going to be, new home construction are generally going to be about $160,000. That still blows my mind. That you can buy a brand new home that you can buy for $160,000. It's nuts. Granite countertops will be in place, stainless steel appliances. I mean, they're beautiful homes. They're just a little bit smaller. The returns on them look great. They actually look like they're going to exceed what we've even seen in North Carolina with those homes. On a cash-on-cash basis, they're probably going to be in about the 9% range for that $160,000-ish type of return. So we're still tweaking some things. We're still refining the process a little bit. When we actually unveil this inventory, we want it to be seamless and perfect and work really smooth. So we're not quite ready to actually put people under contract yet, but we're very close, and we really are excited about the opportunity that we're seeing down there in Mississippi. So,
do we have a builder? Who's the builder?
We do have a builder. There's a couple different builders that are down there, kind of similar to what Ryan was talking about. Very different than Florida. They're boutique builders almost. You don't have the Lennars and the D.R. Hortons because they're building in such small quantities. D.R. Horton in Indianapolis or in Florida will literally come in and build whole subdivisions of hundreds of homes. Whereas in Mississippi, this builder's building 15 to 20. So they're smaller groups that we definitely will be sharing all that information when we get to the point where we're ready to do it. We're not ready to announce them all yet, but we will shortly. But they are smaller boutique developers that are generally just in those local areas. Please.
Can you explain the term cash on cash?
Yeah, good question. You bet. So a typical way for looking at investment grade real estate is a capitalization rate, which is basically what your return is minus all of your expenses, so meaning your rental income that's coming in minus all of your expenses against the purchase price of the home. When we say cash on cash, since so many of our investors are using financing, to use a traditional capitalization rate to kind of judge how good a return is not, because we're using financing, the actual dollar amount that our clients are putting down on the house is quite a bit reduced, right, instead of the actual purchase price of the home. So when we say cash on cash return, we're saying what is the actual return that say for example, a $160,000 home in Memphis with financing, closing costs and everything that's included in that, say you're actually putting down about $45,000. The house is worth $160,000, but the cash you're actually putting down at the closing table is more like $45,000. So when we say cash on cash return, we're saying what is that return based on the $45,000 you put down, as opposed to a capitalization rate return, which is more based on just the purchase price of the home.
So basically, when you say 9% cash on cash, it would be 9% on your $45,000.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
Just, based on the cash flow and that,
Yep.
yeah.
Right.
That's right. And then there's even another return on investment that gets calculated on the pro formas that isn't just cash on cash return in terms of the cash flow, but it's actually, they give you a 5-year projection so that you can see what your total return on investment would be when you even take into account some of the potential appreciation, combine that with the cash flow, and that doesn't even include tax benefits. So when you see the numbers and when you go on the website and you click see properties on that home page and you start to look through those numbers and those pro formas, or when you're shopping and you're seeing these homes, keep in mind that these numbers, not only are they conservative and based on years of actual returns, that's what we're going off of as we're projecting moving forward. But then on top of that, realize that there's not even all the benefits that we can calculate for each one of these homes, which is why it makes it such a fun opportunity. Jason, you had a question about Mississippi. What was it?
Yeah, I mean, I was locked out of the building for a while.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that could be a problem.
Where in Mississippi?
Yeah, so let me just go back real quick and we'll
So literally,
show this.
here's Memphis. So we really consider it part of the Memphis MSA. I mean, literally, when they're talking like overall Memphis MSA numbers, they include South Haven, Mississippi in these numbers. So this is downtown Memphis in Tennessee. Actually, this is the border so Tennessee kind of comes along the Mississippi. Arkansas is on this side. Down in this corner, this line right here, that's literally the state line of Tennessee and Mississippi. So when we're talking South Haven, it's literally right there, just barely across the border. So the interesting thing is most of the areas that we have traditionally bought in Memphis, South Haven is actually closer to downtown Memphis than an area like Bartlett is, where we've been buying for 3 years. So in terms of where people are working and things, they're working in Memphis. They just happen to live across the state line in Mississippi. So
this is a really cool opportunity, and this is one of those that as you get your game plan and as you sit down with your project manager, and as this comes online, we just wanted you to be aware that it's coming and that the same process that exists in North Carolina, Brandon is on top of and making that happen, and this could be part of your portfolio in the near future if it's a good fit for you and if it's a good fit for you redefining your retirement with a market like that. So again, this is one of the reasons why I love DFY and why I love what Brandon does, because you have these markets you could choose from, and even at that, we're not stopping. It's this constant search of what's going to be a good fit for our clients, and how is this going to bless them in the best way possible in terms of their financial future. And I really think that that's pretty awesome. So any final questions before we move on? And we're going to move out of markets now and move on to a couple other topics. I know we could spend all night on this stuff, but has this been helpful so far? Has this been good? Awesome. Okay, Jason.
If these were to become available, would that be sometime in the next few months or early next year, late this
week or two.
Quickly.
Yeah.
And the process with these would be similar to North Carolina, so these homes aren't built and out of the ground in 2 weeks,
So basically,
right?
they'll actually be done where people are actually purchasing them probably middle towards the end of March is kind of what it's looking like. So in terms of when we can actually start selling them, putting them under contract, we're hoping we can start that marketing process in about a week. And they'll go fast. I mean, we'll probably have about 5 to 6 in this first offering of the first phase of the subdivision. So, and then total that we'll probably have in Mississippi at the beginning, we're hoping that we might be able to get about 15 to 20. The first phase is probably going to be about 5 that'll jump in. So, and they, like I said, they with returns like that, a purchase price that price, they'll be gone in a week easily.
Awesome.
So are we using the same team for these as in Memphis?
Yeah, so it'll be Stephen Green, Jamie Green on the brokerage side. We may incorporate another broker that I don't think you've actually even met yet. That's out there that we can talk about, another broker that we're using out there as well. But the rehab, obviously there's not going to be rehab involved. These are brand new homes, but the property management team will be the same, title company will be the same, all of that will be the...
they're helping us run through all that.
Yeah, and that's one of the nice things about working with River City Brokerage is actually the brokerage that houses the property management team as well as the real estate team. And they're actually in the process of going through all of that reciprocation agreement process they need to go through between Memphis or Mississippi and Tennessee to make sure that all of our ducks are in a line in terms of the different real estate laws that occur between Mississippi and Tennessee. They're actually pretty close. It's kind of similar to Utah where we have reciprocation agreements with Utah and Nevada, where it's pretty easy to have those, brokerage licenses and things go across. So that's actually already started, and we're already in the process. I think they may even be kind of wrapping up in terms of getting those Mississippi licensing laws in place. And so we're obviously actually working. We have a lot of the people, because of where that state line is, a lot of the real estate companies that we've worked with in terms of the contractors and things are already doing quite a bit of work in Mississippi because that's where the new construction is. So with our teams already out there, we're just branching in and making that jump. And it's actually, besides the taxes being a lot lower, it seems like a lot of the factors that we deal with on this side in Tennessee are just that much easier in terms of governmental regulation in Mississippi. So it's really working out well so far. So we're really excited about it moving forward.
And this is the beauty of done for you, because he's already on it. And that's really what the company stands for, and that's what it's about. How is it that we can make this process as easy as possible for our customers who we know are in this process of replacing their income, utilizing a tool like the right kind of real estate in the right markets. And that's why we've just tried to simplify. You schedule a call, you get a game plan, you begin investing according to your resources and your values and your goals. And that will change based on what market you want to go to and what we're going to talk about next, what you're qualified to purchase and what that qualification process looks like and how you take advantage of utilizing leverage so you're not having to buy these homes 100% out of pocket. But I hope that was helpful, and I hope that it was really good to see a little bit of what's going on in those markets and get some updates there. We will constantly have the ability to update you, and as we do these intensives every couple months or every quarter, from time to time, we'll be able to dive in and say, here's what's going on, here's what you can look forward to, here's what's happening. And so please join me in thanking Brandon for coming up and sharing such awesome information. Thank you so much, Brandon.
Thanks, guys.